Missed the last shot.
Alright guys, just picked this up about a week ago. It's a gun I've wanted since it first came out last year in January. Obviously it's the STI Staccato C. I've already taken the gun out of the case, but I'll just kind of give you a rundown of what will come in the case. In this top pocket right here, you'll have your owner's manual, test target, things like that, a little bit of swag. And then whenever you open it up, in these little compartments, it doesn't come with 5 extra mags. I went ahead and purchased some. So you'll have your one spare mag up there. Whenever you open this up, the gun will sit here. It'll have a mag in it. And right here is where your spare holster will go. Or your holster will go. So I'm just going to set this off to the side. Now we will bring in the gun. Alright. So just real quick, let's do all the administrative stuff. Chamber's empty, mag is empty. Ooh, and I almost knocked over the camera there, or cell phone. So we'll just give it a quick walk around the gun. These are Dawson Precision sights. Your blacked out rear, fiber optic front. The American flag on there is real nice touch. It actually has all 50 stars and 13 stripes. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get close enough for you guys to be able to see them though, or for the camera to focus right. So, let me just pull my chair up here so I can actually sit down and talk to you guys while we're doing this. Okay, so here she is. Just give you guys a real quick rundown top to bottom. It comes with your Dawson Precision sights on it. The front sight has a little bit of a shelf on there, as you can see. If you want to rack it off your belt, off a boot, whatever. It has a Picatinny rail on it that fits most lights from what I've been told. I don't really run a weapon mounted light, so that's just really not my thing, but you can put one on there if you want. The trigger guard has a double undercut on it. It has a little bit of checkering on the front of the trigger guard if you choose to put your finger up there. I don't. The texturing on the polymer grips is it's good. It's not going to bother your skin or clothes or anything like that, but my hand feels planted. I think that has more to do with the ergos of the gun than the actual checkering on the grip because it's very mild. But it didn't slip around in my hand or anything like that. Once you slide into the mag well here, you can see we got a little bit of beveling in there to aid with the reloads. And you got a little bit of rounded mainspring housing there. It's your typical grip safety and beaver tail. I can't tell if it's extended or anything like that. I'm not a huge 1911 guy to know. And the trigger is skeletonized, but it's also polymer. So we'll go straight into the trigger since we're talking about it. Alright, so that's your pre-travel. You are on the wall and then it breaks. The reset, that's it. You're back on the wall and it breaks again. It's a really nice custom trigger. You can adjust the over travel if you want to with that little set screw in there. I haven't done anything to it. I probably won't do anything to it. If I had to guess, I'd say it's about 3.5 to 4 pounds, and it's very smooth, very nice. It's just a solid trigger. As you all can see, this is a bushingless design. I'm not pointing it at me, I'm actually pointing it at the ceiling right now. So on a bushing one, you'd stick your tool on there and twist it this way to get your recoil spring and guide your recoil spring out, and then you twist it the other way whenever you wanted to start taking down everything else. But since this isn't one of those, you have to use the little, you can see them over here, little cups, which isn't hard at all. You just lock it back. This is your recoil or guide rod right here. You just set it on that little shelf right there, and then kind of ease the slide forward until it sits on it. Push out your slide stop, and everything else takes down the same way. This is their, I think they call it the Recoil Master guide rod system. It's you got your standard recoil spring and then another captured recoil spring on it, and it definitely keeps the gun down. As far as the takedown, you don't need to use that tool. As a matter of fact, I've never used this tool sitting over here. I just rolled the slide back a little bit until it lined up with the little notch that you can see in the slide right there. Pushed it out, held the gun like this, and pulled off the frame from the slide to make sure that the recoil spring didn't shoot out. And that's it. Took it apart, cleaned everything, and put it back together in the opposite order. So while those are nice, they're not necessary to break this gun down if you don't want to use them. That's just a little side note there. So if we wanted to talk about a couple of cons, because I have to get them out of the way just to be honest with you guys. One con that I have is this mag release is difficult for me to reach. I wish that they had extended it just a little bit. Like, I can't push it without breaking my firing grip to go to there. And it is a little bit sticky. I think KS Gun Guy and all them, they noticed that also. Mine's a little bit sticky. You really have to push it with authority to get your mags to pop out. But whenever you do push it with authority, the mags will drop free and onto the floor. That's one thing. I've already contacted STI and asked them if they had any fixes for that, and they say they're developing an extended mag release, and they'll send me an email whenever one's available for testing. So whenever they get one of those, I'll slap it on this gun and let y'all know. The only other sort of small gripe for me is this guy right here is sharp. Let me show you my hand. So right here, I've just developed a nice little callus / blister from that thing stabbing the crap out of me. But it's already calloused over to where it didn't really hurt today. I didn't notice it as much today as I did the first day that I shot. So my skin's toughened up and it's no big deal now. I know some people said that this area needed to be dehorned a little bit, but I don't notice it in my shooting. But my hands are different from somebody else's hands that would shoot the gun. So the shooting characteristics are really, really nice with this gun. It's got a nice kerchunk to it, and it just lands right back on the target as you're firing. So you can get some nice fast follow-up shots. It does itch to be shot fast, and whenever you do shoot fast, you're out of ammo because it's an 8-rounder. So I'm going to go into that real quick. Pick that magazine up off the floor. Another little bit of a downside is it takes 1911 compact mags. So this is an 8-rounder right here. I wish I'd done just a hair of research. So I went ahead and I went on the Dawson Precision site and purchased 1911 9mm compact mags that were for the STI Staccato C, thinking that these were proprietary somehow, but they're not. I got in touch with STI and they say the Wilson Combat 8-rounders, the ETM 9-rounders, the ETM 10-rounders with the extended base pads, Ed Brown magazines, Chip McCormick magazines, all the compacts will work in this gun as long as there's nothing extending up past your little shoe here, like on a standard flush 1911 compact mag. So just look at that whenever you're purchasing, and as long as nothing's sticking up past where the shoe is right here, the metal part, then it'll work just fine. So that was a bit of a bummer. After I bought 5 of these at $250 total, I found all those mags, and they were significantly cheaper. The 9-rounders were $39, the 8-rounders were $25 to $22, and the 10-rounders were $42. So I could have had 3 or 4 extra magazines. It did also come with this holster. This is a very minimalist holster. It's okay. I'm glad it came with the gun, just so that I could train with it, but it's not really practical for carrying because it doesn't have a concealment claw attached to it to tuck the butt, to roll the butt more into your body. So this holster doesn't help me with printing or anything like that, and I carry appendix. So that's something to be in mind. I've already ordered a holster from Tier 1 Concealed. I got an Axis Slim coming. So yeah, I'm into this gun pretty heavily. It's a $1,500 gun. I got 5% off by using Paul Bolito, Black Iron Gunners, Big 5 discount at Shooting Surplus. So about $14.25 is what I paid in total, and that's a pretty healthy price tag. I don't get a chance to buy guns like this very often, but this is a gun that I've wanted since it first came out, so I jumped on the opportunity, used his code as soon as I had the money. The girlfriend said it was okay to buy a gun, so I did. So anyway, enjoy the shooting. Feel free to ask me any questions about the gun. It's a great shooter so far. 500 rounds, 0 malfunctions. So yeah, a solid wintertime carry option. I'm going to be getting a Springfield EMP 4-inch, the CCC, to compare this gun to, because I really like my first Springfield EMP. And so we're just going to kind of run these two together and just see, you know, which one takes the cake, to see if this gun is worth the $500, $600, or sometimes even $700 more that you'll pay for it. So we shall see. But so far, so good. I really like it. It's a pretty awesome purchase. Let's just look at that trigger one more time. Oh, yeah. And the slide moves like butter. Nothing moves or anything like that. You can't push down on the barrel, so everything's nice and tight. Exactly what you expect from a $1,500 gun. Enjoy the shooting. Feel free to ask me any questions. Y'all take care. I got a target set up out there at about 50. See if I can just kind of connect with it. My sunglasses are fogging up. Not bad.